Guys, I just wanted to make a quick video. Something that I noticed the most about decks, and people seem to skip this or not notice this detail whatsoever, and it's a structural detail. And so basically, it's called corner braces, also known as knee braces or diagonal bracing. Are commonly used and often needed in post and beam construction, especially in decks to provide stability and resist forces like sway and lateral loads. Here's why they're important and why you typically need them. Preventing sway and lateral movement. Corner braces, particularly knee braces installed between post and beam, act to stabilize the connection and prevent the structure from swaying or moving horizontally due to forces like wind, seismic activity, or people moving on the deck. So, distributing loads, bracing helps to distribute the weight of the structure and any applied loads more evenly across the posts and beam, reducing stress on individual connections and components. Increasing strength and durability, bracing can significantly strengthen the post to beam connection, which can be a weak point in strong winds, according to Dex.com. This can increase the lifespan of the deck or structure and minimize the risk of damage or failure. Supporting heavy loads, bracing can enhance the overall weight capacity of the structure. Meeting building code requirements. Many building codes and regulations require bracing for certain types of structures, especially for decks that are freestanding, tall, or in areas with high wind or seismic activity. For example, DCA 6 states that diagonal braces should be installed on decks higher than 2 feet above grade. Situations where bracing is particularly crucial. Freestanding decks not attached to a house, are more prone to movement and typically require bracing for additional support. Taller structures. The longer the post, the more likely they are to sway, making bracing essential for stability. Areas with high winds or seismic activity, bracing helps to ensure the building remains stable and secure during extreme weather conditions or seismic activity. Structures with small or less stable posts, thicker posts offer more stability, but bracing is particularly beneficial for those with narrow posts or less secure footings. In general, it's always recommended to consult with your local building department or a structural engineer to determine the specific bracing requirements for your project based on your location and the size and design of your structure. This will help ensure the safety and longevity of your post and beam construction. It says AI responses may include mistakes, but so basically, what am I talking about here? So a lot of the time, this bracing is totally normal just to have the the metal bracing. But what I'm talking about is if you don't have full couplings that go all the way around, just like these are showing, that you're basically using hardware to provide that bracing, and if you don't have all the hardware that is basically bracing it in every direction, because you can get the hardware that is specific for corners, and so basically it looks like they have one for the inside corners and the bottom corners of that post, and then the beam keeps going up, it looks like in this picture, and so basically, so what I'm talking about is this one. So basically you've got inside corners right here, inside corners, and then there's also an inside corner on the bottom, and then and so this connection point doesn't necessarily need the diagonal or knee bracing, but if you don't have all of that, I would suggest you pretty much uh, go with um, these these diagonal things. This is the most. Uh, what I've noticed is people aren't doing these at all, and they just go straight up with the post like this, and then they don't have these at all. And I'm just kind of wondering how come you don't have, a substitute like, say, a big hardware brace um, when you're using these, when you're doing posts to beam connections. And so that's my opinion. Um, that's just what I wanted to kind of bring up to people is like, just kind of wonder, if you see, maybe a builder and, they've got, some stuff going on, that's pretty tall, it's freestanding. Uh, it wouldn't be a bad idea to kind of check and see if they've got good bracing, and because let's see right here they've just got like kind of things tied in. That's not bad, as long as you have things that are like. So that's basically kind of. Uh, so this is the diagonal here. Um, Sorry, this is the diagonal here, and that's what it's basically showcasing. I'm not 100% sure what that kind of connection is. Maybe they could have um, those tied in with some, you know, um, lag screws. So a couple of lag screws, bang bang, right in there, and then that'd be fine for that connection. What we're just talking about is these ones here. So yeah, so this is kind of what I wanted to just point out. Maybe have a little bit of discussion about these. Uh, Maybe share a picture what you guys got. Um, uh, just kind of open up the dialogue about these because I just noticed sometimes people have them, sometimes people don't. So, um, and what people are comfortable with. Me personally, um, I'm on the coast, and these if I don't see diagonals on a deck, I'm gonna be pretty worried because what happens is these decks they wear out way faster on the coast, and just because of like mold, mildew, rot, and blah blah blah, just a lot of moisture. And so if you're not overbuilding your decks over here to last a little bit longer, um, and then you know, and you don't have because we have over here we've got uh, some seismic activity, um, a little bit, but mainly it's just kind of I would just say it's kind of sketchy, you know, if you've got a big deck and you don't have those, and the thing is tall, and it's sitting on like basically this 4x4 post, and that's it. And I just see those all the time, and I just kind of go, I just like, well, I just noticed a deck that that I seen. It was basically post, 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 post like this, right? Then the deck went up like this, and these are all like post and beam. They all have footings, but every single one of them was just straight up and down, and there was no cross bracing like whatsoever. So basically, like if there was enough movement going this way, all of these connections would just then move that way. And this whole thing would just basically just tumble straight over. And it was just kind of like, like I just go, wow, because some of these decks are really, really big, and you just kind of go, I wonder what people are thinking when they build them. I've seen a lot of people who don't really know what they're doing build these decks, and people who are deck builders that are doing some crazy stuff too. So I've kind of been in this industry for a little while. So just let me know what you guys think. And all right, thanks. Have a good day.